Why do we need mass media? We need mass media to ensure smooth and free flow of information to all strata of the society. Readers are given a platform to voice their opinions. Newspapers can help in making the democracy stronger. Television is an audiovisual medium. Now, this medium has crossed the permanent limitations of newspapers and radio. Now, how has this television overcome the limitations of newspapers and radio? People can actually see whatever is happening. So far, there is no other option other than television for watching an event as it actually happened. Critical understanding of information received through mass media. The news or information in the media may not always represent exact truth. There is a very famous event of an unauthentic information appearing in print in Germany. Stern, a German weekly magazine, had purchased a number of so-called handwritten diaries of Adolf Hitler. It sold them to various publication companies. The diaries were checked to see if they were original, and later the news appeared in print. However, later those diaries were proved to be fake. Here it becomes clear that we need to be very careful about the information published by the media. Children, we have a tendency of blindly accepting whatever news we get on WhatsApp or on the internet. But before we believe and accept whatever we see, or we blindly forward it to others, we should cross-check to see if the news is correct and is it real. Next, we see mass media and professional opportunities. First, we are going to see newspapers. Now, all news that is printed always gives background of the news, or sometimes it even gives comparison with some similar event from the past. For this, the journalist or the person who is writing this news has to study history. He gets access to additional information and he can get better insights about the current events. In the newspapers, very often we find columns like 50 years ago. Such columns give information about what happened on that particular day 50 years ago. Here again, they refer to history. Important events that happened in the past are also given in the newspaper. Like for example, World War I commenced in 1914. Year 2014 marked the 100th year of this event. In order to be able to publish a newspaper, supplement or a special issue to mark the occasion, one needs to review its history. In 2017, 75 years were completed after the announcement of Quit India movement. On such occasions, newspapers highlight the event through various articles, editorials, columns like what happened in history on this day, reviews, etc. The knowledge of history is essential for writing of such type. History is also essential in planning radio programs. Now, radio programs very often have segments where they invite historians as experts for discussions on various occasions, such as the anniversaries of birth or death of national leaders, anniversaries of historical events, etc. Lectures on the contribution of various national leaders need to be supported by historical information. For this, understanding of history is important. Programs like On This Day in History are also an integral part of the daily programs of Akashvani. Akashvani has preserved recordings of all the speeches delivered each year by the Prime Ministers of India on 15th August. Let's move on to television channels and movies. Now, television channels and movies telecast programs based on history. They help in creating interest among people about history through the historical shows and serials. Shows like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bharati Khoj, Raja Shiv Chhatrapati are very popular among the people. While these kinds of shows are being made, it is important to maintain accuracy with regard to the presentation of environment, outfits, weaponry, lifestyle, lingual expression, etc. is essential. One needs to have a deep understanding of history of the concerned period. Channels like Discovery, National Geographic, History, etc. have opened a rich treasure of global history for the audience. It has enabled people to view the historical and geographic wonders at home. To make these programs interesting and entertaining, some parts of the serials are enacted by actors. So, if a movie is made on a character like Emperor Akbar, now can we have characters wearing jeans and sports shoes? No, we cannot. We cannot show them speaking in English. If the show or the program is based on Emperor Akbar's life, the characters have to wear costume or clothes that people in that period used to wear. For this, understanding and knowledge of history is important. You need people who are experts in this field. Besides these serials about ancient monuments, forts, histories of empires, and also history of culinary arts. Culinary arts means a history of food are watched by a large number of people. People with deep knowledge of history in the respective field are sought out in all fields mentioned. You would find this interesting. Bharat Ek Khoj, a serial telecasted by Doordarshan, has a special place in the history of Indian television serials. It was based on Discovery of India, a book written by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It was directed by Shyam Benegal. This serial presented the history of India from the ancient to the modern period, throwing light on the social, cultural, and political history of respective periods. It effectively portrayed many aspects of Indian history like Harappan civilization, Vedic history, interpretation of Ramayana and Mahabharata, Mauryan period, Turk-Afghan invasions, Mughal period, and the contributions of Mughal emperors. Bhakti movement, role of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, movements of social reform, and Indian struggle for independence, etc. Roshan Sheth, the actor who played Pandit Nehru's role in this serial, also appeared as a narrator, introducing and explaining various parts of the story by dramatizing them using folklore and informative speeches. The serial was admired in all parts of India because of the comprehensive historical perspective of Pandit Nehru and its equally comprehensive visual presentation. So this paragraph is about a serial called Bharat Ek Khoj, which was based on the book Discovery of India, which was written by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and it was directed by Shyam Benegal. Now, why this serial was important? Because it showed different periods of Indian history. This serial was popular all over the country because of the comprehensive means all-inclusive historical perspective of Pandit Nehru and because it was very entertaining to watch. So children, with this we finish explanation for this lesson. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and take care.